Hey guys, it's Thankful Thursday. I've got a very hot Louis with me today. We've got the family in the background, so I hope it's not disturbing the sound. I'm down in London now. I moved at the weekend, so this is my new home and I'm settling in really well. I'm still in my pyjamas, I'm afraid. Amanda's still sleeping, and we've done some chores, haven't we, Louis? And we've had a little walk in my pyjamas. Yes, I walk in my pyjamas. This week we chose a question which I think a lot of people are going to be able to relate to, and I think that it's quite a valuable question. He wants to play. He wants to play. And he's only a puppy, so he doesn't have real teeth. So the question we're looking at is quite a short question, but how do you deal with it when doctors are telling you that you're beyond help? Now, I want to say, put your hands up to all of those who can relate to that, really. I guess you're not alone in being told that. Not that that makes it any easier to be told those things, but you aren't alone in that. That's something that I've been told on numerous occasions. It's something that my girlfriend's been told. It's something that I know many of my friends who have eating disorders and other complex issues have been told. And it's also something that me and Kel can relate to. Back a number of years ago, I was told by one psychiatrist that I would never get better, and that I would always need hospital, that I would always need to be cared for either by my parents or a hospital, that there was actually nothing he can do, that all the medication he tried on me was enough, that there would be no medication that could help me, and that basically this illness was going to kill me. My diagnosis are such as anorexia nervosa. I've been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. They question multiple personality disorder, or DID, dissociative identity disorder, anxiety disorders, depression disorders, all sorts of crap basically, and he just sort of threw the towel in. He'd only been treating me for around 6 months. I was also told when I was at the retreat in York that where I was at that point in terms of my progression from being very, very underweight and hallucinating and all of that to getting to a point whereby, yes, I was still very underweight, my BMI was still very low, I was engaging in self-harming behaviours, I certainly was a hell of a lot more depressed than I was now. My OCD was really bad. I was told that, yeah, that this is as good as it gets, that there isn't more beyond this, that this is where I have to accept that I am. And as much as those comments really hurt me, and you know, the initial comments sent me home, and I committed suicide, and I'm lucky to be alive given the amount I took of drugs, and you know, my mum found me in the wee hours of the morning, and that's why I'm still alive. And I think that what becomes very difficult for me now to talk about this, especially with reference to this question, is that I fully understand that when you're told that it can send you hurtling back into your illness, that it is absolutely appalling that has been said to you. And although you might not be at a point now that it can make you stronger, which is something I can look back on now and say, you know, it made me stronger, I have to look at that now, and I have to say that fuck you, and you know, that is what I would advise you to turn around and say. And as hard as that is, and as alone as you might feel with that, you have to somehow find the strength within you to use that for you, not against you, to not use that to make you go backwards, to say, do you know what, fuck off, because you know, that's ultimately what I did when I came out of hospital for the last time. I just, you know, a close friend said to me, she said, what are you going to do? You know, are you just going to sit on the fence and just keep destroying yourself, or are you going to come and play in the field with me, basically? Are you going to come and take this risk? And from that day forward, I said, you know, I'm not going to listen to what these doctors have told me. I'm just going to put this one on the floor. I'm not going to listen to what these doctors have told me. I'm actually going to come and play. I'm going to believe in myself, and although I might not know how to recover or how to get well, I can sure as hell do something that's going to help me to, you know, maybe not get any worse. And that was my starting point. It wasn't I need to get better, it was more I need to not get any worse than I am now. And that began by not losing any more weight. It began by slowly not decreasing my food by any, you know, any amount, that, you know, I would get up every day, that I could at least try and do what was possible for me to do. So what do you do when these doctors tell you these things? You know, you have to find, Louis, come on boy. You have to find some self-belief, you have to find some faith, you have to find some strength. I'm going to put a link that a friend who suffers with an eating disorder gave to me, and it's for a newsletter for a recovery forum, well, a recovery website. I'm going to put the link at the side here, and you know, that's maybe one step you can take. I have to say that I am now at a point that I classify myself as recovered. I use the word recovered because I no longer believe I'm in recovery. Recovery for me was the process of gaining weight, of dealing with my past abuse issues, of dealing with my depression, of, you know, putting structure in place and all those things. I now consider myself to be recovered because I'm at a point whereby an eating disorder doesn't, you know, it's not even there anymore. I eat my food, I get on with life, I live my life. I'm not consumed by depression or anxiety or thoughts of wanting to hurt myself or starve myself. I'm in a place now whereby I live my life, and I'm not distracted by those things. And you know, when this stuff has happened and you've been told these things, and I'm where I am now, I can say, do you know what, it's not fucking true. And I've got a right to say that to you because I'm here, and no one ever believed I could be here. I was going to be the girl who could never recover, who would always be ill, who would always need her anorexia, who would always self-harm, who would always need hospital to keep her alive. And do you know what, fuck that. I'm now living independently. Okay, I live with my girlfriend, but I get on with life, and I feed myself, and I keep myself safe, and I take responsibility for myself. And that's something that I was told would never happen. So if you've been told that, do you know what, I'm living proof that that's not the case. Kel is living proof that that's not the case. And we are now at a point whereby we are not sick anymore, and you know, you have to hold on to that. And even if you've only got mine and Kel's testimonies to that, you know, hold on to that. Okay guys, I'm gonna go, and I wish you all a great week. I love you all. Bye.